Welcome to week 1 of our Contemplative Prayer Practice series at Clinton Presbyterian Church during this Lenten season. For those of you that weren't able to enjoy being together in Sunday school this week, we wanted to do a recap of what you missed and how you might be able to participate from wherever you are. So in our first time together, we talked about what is contemplative prayer. What are these practices that we are going to be doing? And we're going to be working our way through a couple of things that you might try on and see if it works well for you. But long and short of it is there's actually no wrong or right way to do contemplative prayer. Contemplative prayer is really anything that draws us into God. That's how we define it. I'll read a definition for you from Teresa of Avila, who defines it like this. Contemplative prayer, in my opinion, is nothing else than a close sharing between friends. It means taking time frequently to be alone with God, the God who we know loves us. So envisioning God as a friend and someone that you can be with and talk with and be in the presence of. And so for this week's prayer practice, we invite you to try journaling. So some of you may have done some sort of journaling. Maybe you've kept a diary, something of that nature. And so this isn't just about, writing down what happened to us that day, although that can be good too. But it's really more focused on listening to that still small voice within us and how God may dwell in us, and having some purposeful prompts to potentially get us into a state where we are writing and reflecting and perhaps growing closer to God in the process. So you can do it however you like. Some people, prefer the paper and pen. Some people prefer typing. It's whatever will help you to kind of set some time apart. And I'll read just a couple of questions that you can practice writing on and considering. You are not limited to these. You can really write wherever your heart desires and wherever you wind up going. But these are if you need a prompt. You can use any one of these, or you can even use one today and then return again next week or the next day and try a different prayer prompt. Here are some questions to contemplate. Maybe you start off writing about a time that you felt connected to God. Or write about a time you felt disconnected to God. Or what do you want more of in your relationship to God? What might you want more of in your relationship with others? What is an unanswered prayer that you have right now? What prayer of yours has been answered, and how? What are you most worried about today? What is your hope for the next week? When was the last time I felt joy? When am I most at peace? So these are just a sampling of questions to ponder and write out. All of these will be made available on a link so you can access them, and more questions as well as a resource page. The other thing we did do this week, which I promised from the pulpit when I was first announcing the series, so I have to follow up with you on this, is we also tried praying in color. So this might be especially good if you do a lot of writing or a lot of typing in your day job and you think that's not going to help me, I need to do something completely different. You might try coloring, and we have some links to some prayer pages that you can buy online on Etsy, or you can Google them and find your own, or some prayer coloring books that you can even buy. But the idea behind it is it's a doodling or a coloring. You can just put people's names in, you can even create it yourself, put people's names in a circle and color around their names and make some pictures. And it's just a way of engaging your mind and your heart and your ability to be with God in a different way. So I hope you try some of these practices. Please let me know what you think of them, and let your friends in the congregation know as well what you're doing and what you're finding God in new ways this Lenten season.